Hey, welcome to Fix It Tony. Today's project is going to be replacing the acid-filled liquid acid battery in my car with a AGM style battery. And this is it right here. This is an AGM battery, and my research concluded that an AGM battery would be suitable and better for my car. We live in a northern climate, so cold starting is important to me, and also the ability to run accessories and allow for deeper discharges. My current battery, which is about 5 years old, 4.5 years old, is coming to the end of its life. It was drained completely a couple of times in the past 12 months, and I think it is losing the ability to hold a charge because just recently when I was cleaning my power antenna, I didn't have the car running, but I had like the radio playing during the cleaning process and lubrication process in another video that I had posted, and also raising and lowering the antenna. So after that, a couple days later, we tried to start the car and it had trouble starting. It did, but it struggled, telling me that it really has a hard time sort of holding that charge is my feeling. So I decided that we're going to replace the battery before the winter gets really upon us and gets really cold, so that the car does not get stranded. So what I did was, before I put the battery in, I decided to hook it up to a charger, and I'm using one of these newer smart chargers. This particular charger can do both 12 volt and 24 volt charging. And the way you charge it is you attach the terminals, charging terminals, to the battery, and then you just plug it into an outlet. It automatically detected that I had an AGM battery. This can also charge lithium batteries as well as regular batteries. It's a really cool unit. I'm really happy with it. The other thing that I'm going to do is, this particular charger came with this cord. Here, I'm going to lay it down. Came with this cord that has an adapter end on this side that hooks up to here, and terminals that you can hook up to the battery. So what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to sort of feed this through into the trunk compartment, and if I ever want to boost the car or charge or fine-tune the battery, I can just plug it in to the port and be done with it. I don't have to remove the items from my trunk, lift the deck lid, which is a real pain in the rear, and then having to clamp these onto the terminals. So instead, I really like how this charger unit also came with these port extenders, so that if I do need to charge it, I will. And you know, the car, you know, our 94 Mercedes does not get driven very much, so I think that's potentially another problem with the batteries, is that it doesn't have a chance to charge. So I think what I might do is more of a maintenance charging process, and this charger can also do maintenance charging. Just for giggles, I'm going to use my car battery tester. In this particular unit, when I used it on my old battery, it said that it was sort of failing the starting process. So I'm going to run through the test process. I know it's a brand new battery, it's never been installed. So the way this works on this particular battery testing device, you connect the positive terminal first, and then you connect the negative terminal, and it's reading 13 volts, so that's good. And to start the testing process, I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to test the battery, and mine is a gel, so I have to scroll down to a flat. Flat means AGM, so refers specifically to traditionally shaped AGM batteries. So then I'm going to hit enter. And then I have my up and down to see cold cranking amps. So that's what I want, is cold cranking amps. and then I have 850 cold cranking amps is the rated of my battery, and then I have it tested at 834, and it says okay, so that's good. I just confirmed that this battery is indeed good. I'm out here in the garage now. I have my camera set up. Let me get some more light here on the picture. So what you're seeing is an original Mercedes battery, and first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the negative terminal. Okay, and I'm just going to move that. So it wants to keep folding down, so what I'm going to do is try to bend this. On this side, I need to use a wrench. Well, interestingly, this nut, this is the original nut for the post. For the negative, I did have to get a new bolt, and that was 12 millimeter away. But what you want to do is lift this up, and there. Now this should just lift. Now, before I lift straight up, I've got a bolt right here that needs to be undone, and that is a retaining clip that holds this battery down. So I have a 13 millimeter socket with an 8-inch or 10-inch extension, because I want to get above the height of the battery, and then it's just a matter of loosening that clamp. One thing I've learned is I can certainly find ways of making any job go a little longer. Things just don't always work out exactly like they should. Now on these liquid-filled, acid-filled batteries, there is a vent plug, a vent hose. So we have to disconnect that. It's usually on the back. And that's what this is before lifting up. Handles are on the battery itself, and we should be able to just lift straight up. These are bloody heavy. Now I have these anti-corrosive pads. They're still in good shape, so I'm going to reuse them. There's no need to buy and replace with new ones. I'm just going to reuse these. This little wetness that you see here is just the anti-corrosion material that I'm going to use. So this is the anti-corrosive prevention liquid. So I'm going to put these back. Maybe I'll just flip it over too. So I'm going to clean these terminals, even though they're new batteries, new battery terminals. I want to get a nice fresh surface for my battery terminals to make contact, because that's part of a good contact is part of the electrical system in a car. It always starts with a good, solid, positive connection. I should be able to just insert the new battery. Okay. Now, that's the positive end. All right. Yay. Whew. You know, Small victories. So AGM batteries, they're all sealed units. They do not need to be vented. So this vent plug, I can just leave here. It's not going to be needed. So let's see. So it's this bracket. You see this little shape here that has to rest on top of the base of the battery, and this back end has to rest inside the battery housing. So this battery is just a little bit too long. So here's my problem. My bracket is not going in all the way. Because I think the foot on the other side is keeping my battery from going that way more, and I'm off by just a hair. Time for modifications. As always, see that nothing really goes. It's hard for something to go right the first time. So I gotta pull this out. All right. Now now it's time to fit this bracket in. Okay. Okay, that's going in, thankfully. Nothing like on-site modification. Now that battery is stable. Now the next piece of modification is, remember, I want to install this charging port extender. So I'm going to stick it behind this nut. So I'm going to remove this nut. I'm going to place this terminal behind the nut and carefully. So I am placing the terminal behind the nut and then reinserting the nut. And placing the positive terminal securely There we go. And then I have a 13mm wrench somewhere, placing the negative battery charging extender. Reinserting the nut. Battery extender. Negative terminal. Pushing that all the way down, and now I can take my 12mm socket, you know what I just forgot to do was install the washers. Ugh. Ugh. I can't believe I did that. I have one. Nothing like doing it right, because I'm doing it twice. Motto, huh? Alright, I had to put on these washers again. So now everything is, terminals are solid, and now I can apply the anti-corrosive agent covering. This is really thick. Now what's nice about this particular EXIDE battery that I got, it has two little holes here that I think should receive the original Mercedes protective cap. So let's just see. Yeah. Good. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.